Today, I want to talk with you about what I call the Scarlett O'Hara tip. Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind, when her estate is burning and her life is falling apart, she says, I'll think about this tomorrow. And there is something about this that I think is very useful. So for me, when I feel the happiest is when I'm really present. I am really focused and non-distracted and committed to whatever I'm doing, whether it's doing the dishes or dancing or writing or sitting with a friend. It feels the best. I get the most juice out of it when I have nothing else calling for my attention, which is rare and difficult because we all have many things going on in our mind. We might be driving and thinking about what's for dinner and what about my meeting tomorrow and how am I going to pack for this trip next week and what about this presentation that's due next month, and it's all coming at us like a bunch of little kids just pulling on our skirts and saying, hey, me. So it makes for a rich life, and it also can make for a way of not being present with what is. And there's so much pleasure in being present, even being present in just driving to the grocery store. There's a lot of joy about feeling the wheel under our hands and really seeing what's outside our windshield and maybe listening to the music. There's just some really great joy to be derived from the very present moment. Like if you can think about right now, feel where you're sitting, feel the environment, look at your screen. If you can be really present, you're going to amp up the happiness factor, the presence factor. So what do we do with all these things that are vying for our attention? Well, we do like Scarlett O'Hara. Not everything has to be thought about now. And the thoughts don't know that. They come at us all at the same time. But it's our job, if we choose to do this, to know when is appropriate to think about something, when is the right time to think about something. So for your meeting next week, do you need to think about it now, or if your meeting is on Wednesday, would Monday be a good time to think about it, or would tomorrow? And what I do is I make appointments with myself, and sometimes I will even write them down. I will write them in my book, and I will write down, think about meeting. And I make a date with myself to think about that. That means that when the thought comes at a time other than the meeting, I can tell my mind, yes, thank you for the reminder. I've got this. We've got a meeting planned for this. And little by little, it's like a little kid. If a little kid is trying to get your attention and you say, stop, it's not satisfying to them. They can't stop because they have something important to say, just like your mind is trying to keep you reminded of all these important things. But if you say, listen, honey, I know you want to talk about this, and this afternoon at 3 o'clock, I'm going to sit down and talk with you about nothing but that. I'll be completely focused. The little kid goes out and plays. Your mind just stops reminding you. Very, very, very powerful. So the trick is to know when is the right time to address something. And it's very easy. It's like if you had a meeting, if you had a collaboration with someone, you would look at the book and go, okay, on Monday we'll talk about this. On Thursday we'll address that. Or even it can be in the course of a day. I don't have to think about dinner until noon. So that means that till noon, you're giving yourself freedom to not think about dinner. So I would love for you to consider trying this, not allowing your mind to pretend that everything has to be dealt with right now. It makes you less effective, it makes you tired, it makes you overwhelmed, and it makes things which are a joy feel like a chore. So that's what I have for you today, and I hope that you'll give it a shot. I find it tremendously helpful. Have a great day. Bye-bye.